your government RBI. But in the same case, such bodies are there in every country. For example, in United Kingdom or UK, this body is called Bank of England. So Bank of England doing all the clearing and settlement for each and every banks. Then in US, it is called Fedwire. Then in European countries, it is target 2 is settlement, and EBA, your 81 to 2, they are the clearing systems. Okay. Then in Bank of Australia is there in Australia. So every bank has their own clearing and settlement system. They are widely using and following. Like this India. By the way, just for information from, I just want to interactive session. Who does the clearing of all your UPI payments? By any chance? Who does the clearing of UPI payments in India? Means your Google Pay, Phone Pay. Who does the clearing? What is the body name called? It is not RBI. Yeah, correct. It is NPCI. And NPCI is a government body or private body? NPCI is a private body. Okay. National Payment Corporation of India, NPCI. So this is the middleware agents. So they are called intermediaries. Okay. So now I'm just reading for you. The central bank controlling the regulation, compliance, and okay. By the way, what is compliance? Anyone? What is the compliance and regulation word or sanctions? A rough idea. I'm not going to detail now. Rough idea. What is sanction, compliance, and we are freezing the account of people. Okay, there is a concept of freezing account. Yes, 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 correct. Yeah, fraud checking also is one of the concept is come under compliance, fraud casing. Okay, so like the same case we have Fedwire in US, ECB electronics in Europe. The clearing houses, which are the clearing houses in UK, it's called BACS, RTGS, Fedwire, Bank of England. There are many, and the messages which are transformed, it is in a different way since in earlier cases in MT, MX messages, Swift messages, SEPA. So those are the early, even your ISO 15022, ISO 8553, then Fedwire messages. Those are the information messages which act as intermediaries for settling a payment. Then third network which is used widely for ISO 8553 message, which is called Visa Mastercard. And what is India's network now for debit card and credit card? Anyone? Rupee. Rupee is newly introduced in the Indian government that we are using widely. It's a free of cost. Either Visa and Mastercard charging 1% for them transactions from the merchant. Okay. Now next one is, now we have understood now who are intermediaries are here, who was pay is here. Now next one is, which is the payment instrument channel. Okay, there are n number of channel earlier as well and now as well. So paper based systems, which is very earlier case, checks, demand drafts. Okay, these are the earlier system. Okay guys, by the way, what is the difference between checks and demand draft? Can anyone tell me what is the difference? Very simple, plain difference. I don't want any complicated answer. Very simple answer. Demand draft, yeah, demand draft is already been deducted from your account. It is already, yeah, correct. And check is to be clear after submitting the check. Okay, if and at that time in your bank account money is there or not, no guarantee. But demand draft is already money deducted from your correct answer. Normally when we were in college days, that time we paid the fees by DD only. So ensure that your account already, that's why the college was insured that time. Anyways, then we are looking for the clearing and settlement. Okay, there are majorly two clearing and settlement happen anywhere in the world. Okay, it is called gross settlement. Okay, and net settlement, real time gross settlement, real time net settlement. So how this concept work, we have separate presentation for this in coming slides. We're going to see that time real time gross settlement, real time net settlement, and automatic clearing houses, how that work, how wire transfer happen between, what is the high value and low value payment that time. Then next, payments and instrument channels are card based payment channels, which is your charge card, credit card, prepaid card, okay, and terminals card. How this happen? Just a curiosity question, guys. You must be using credit card, right, everyone? I just like to know that what is charge card. What is this charge card concept? Credit card, debit card, prepaid card, you must be aware. But what is this charge card? Anyone? Anup, not work on this? No, but just for a understanding purpose. What maybe the charge card in the universe? Okay, I will tell you. Um, no, that is come under category of prepaid card, gift card. Yeah, this is separate. Even nowadays Amazon is giving a gift card, right? So that could be a gift card. But charge card is a concept. Normally, who is so I will assume that at least some of you are using credit card. I will assume that now. So in credit card, what happened? There is a billing cycle of 45 days. Okay, there is a, for example, they start billing cycle, for example, first of the month, then next 15th of the month, you have to pay the bills before that. At least some amount you have to pay. They say that 10% or 15% is the rule, and rest of the amounts you can pay by, you can charge interest on that. So the 45 days amount it will use for you without interest. Okay, that is the fund of debit, sorry, credit card. Now, what is charge card? And charge card is given normally to the businessmen whose turnover is more than millions and billions. Okay, not the common people. So charge card is that where people are swiping the card. Okay, and they have to pay the bill on the 45th day, but they don't have to get any privileges of discount or something. Means I want to say minimum balance. You have to pay complete bill, and the minimum bill is there for 10 million, 30 million, 40 million, like that. So those charge card has to pay complete bill, complete amount of bill, not a partial payment is accepted in charge card. That is the difference between charge card. Okay, that's why it's not popular amongst us. Only we know only the credit card only. Okay, so this is charge card, debit card. So we have discussed who is pay, intermediaries are here, payment instruments and intermediary channels are here, and those are the Visa, Mastercard, and network card. Okay, we discuss on this. Now there is an important concept whenever we do the payment reconciliation and settlement. Okay, at that time, uh, a body is required for settling a payment. Okay, and this concept which I'm discussing with now, nostro account, vostro account, loro account, clearing of account, mirroring of clearing, mirroring of nostro, mirroring of vostro account, is only famous when, because we are now slowly starting our discussion from domestic payment to international payment. Okay, because guys, when we are working here in India, the maximum banks process outsource from the US or UK or European, we have to work from them. So those countries are cross border countries for us. So that's why the meaning of the word CBPR, cross border payment reference. So all the messages we are going to study are the cross border payment reference and high value payment system. For them, we have to leave the boundary of country. For example, we have to migrate it from, for example, you're sending payment from India to UK. So this payment is called cross border payment. Okay, from that point of view, I'm going to explain you now this example of nostro, vostro, and loro account. If you are already aware, well and good. If you are not aware already, this concept will help you to maintain the relationship of one bank to the other bank in the world. Unless and until you have the relationship which is called RMA relationship in the other bank, you cannot send the payment directly. If you don't have relationship, then we have to use the corresponding banking. So that corresponding banking concept I will also walk you through in coming session. But primary we'll see that what is the concept, because let's say very layman example. In UK, at least there are 50 banks, minimum 50 nationalized bank. Okay, and those 50 nationalized banks maybe don't have account with our Bank of India in Bank of India or HDFC Bank in India. May don't have. So what happened? In that case, they don't do relation with each other. So that's why they have to use corresponding banking. Now I would like to introduce a small term here now. What is nostro account? Okay. Take an example. I want to see that how many are people from India or outside as well. So I can explain from that point of view. So there should not be a discriminations of the words as well. Okay. I can see there is one person called AD. You joined from which place, AD? AD, if you can. Yeah. Kenya. Okay, thanks, AD. I unfortunately I don't know the bank in Kenya, so probably I can give example of UK and US. That is fine with you, right? That only I can give the example. Okay, okay, yeah. Thank you, AD. Thanks for understanding. And what is the famous bank in Kenya, AD? What is the popular banks in Kenya? Barclays Bank. Oh, Barclays is there. Okay, great. So it's a famous bank then. Fine, fine, fine. I will take the reference of Barclays only then. Okay, thank you, AD. Okay, for example. HDFC Bank is very popular in India now, and we can now our good friend is join us from Kenya, Eddie. So, if Barclays Bank open his account, okay, when I'm saying opening an account means opening a global account, okay. So Barclays Bank in India, sorry, this HDFC Bank in India open his account. Okay, I'm not talking now person, I'm talking to bank at a bigger concept. If HDFC Bank in India from India open account in Kenya, okay, the bank with called Barclays Bank, okay, in the Barclays Bank in their currency. What is the currency of this AD in Kenya? Shuli. Okay, Shuling. Sorry, I'm pronouncing wrongly. Apologies. Okay, okay. I don't want to make it complicated. Okay, I will make a simple example. Okay, so for example, if we'll take now example of India and UK. Okay, that's very popular example for me. If HDFC Bank in India open account Lloyd's Bank in UK. Okay, so that account which is maintained in Lloyd's Bank in India from HDFC Bank, it is called Nostro account, and it will maintain in the Bank of London, in Bank of UK, in Bank of in United Kingdom as a currency called GBP in pound. Okay, so that bank is HDFC Bank account in Lloyd's Bank in UK. So that bank is called Nostro Bank. Okay, so this is called Nostro account particularly. Okay, so I am not now I am taking the word with you. Derived from the Latin word nostro, meaning our. Hence, nostro accounts point to the our account with you. Means HDFC Bank account is open in Lloyd's Bank and UK. So this is well called Nostro account. Nostro account of HDFC Bank in UK. Okay. So I can say that here HDFC Bank is Nostro account in UK is Nostro account. So that's why we can say this is the Nostro account concept here. So this is the word called Nostro. So by domestic payment, our prospective bank by domestic bank from our perspective bank, it is obvious that account is maintained in foreign currency. So just now I explained this account is maintained in currency called GBP, Great Britain Pound. So HDFC Bank's account in UK, it is called Nostro account. Okay. Now you'll see what is Vostro account. Simple. Lloyd's Bank in UK open account in HDFC Bank in India. So that is called Vostro account. Vice versa. So it's how you look the account is only difference. How you look at the account. If you're looking from HDFC Bank to UK, it is called Nostro account. If you're looking from the Nostro Bank point of from the UK Bank point of India, it is called Vostro account. So this is a plain concept of Nostro and Vostro, because this Nostro and Vostro going to be a critical role in the coming session. That's why I'm forcing so much time on explaining you what is Nostro and Vostro, because whenever we are transferring the payment from India to UK, for example, in CBPR countries, at that time HDFC Bank deducting his payment in from his account to Nostro suspense account in the same bank, And UK bank, for example, showing to lawyer's account, it is going to credit in a suspense account of UK bank. So these things we are going to explain in a detailed manner, in a detailed explanation I have. But now only we are learning here the concept of what is nostro account and vostro account. Okay, that's why I introduced this concept. Now then you'll ask me, what is loro account? Nostro vostro is clear. Okay, anybody has any doubt on nostro and vostro concept now, or clear, or who just joined? Apologies for them. But yeah, just now we discuss about nostro vostro and some basic of how payments work, what are the payment intermediaries are there, what is the role of RBI or the central bodies who do clearing and settlement of the payment. This thing. Just we covered two slides and we are on the third slide now about vostro account done. Okay, now there are some banks. We'll take example of India only. Those are not nationalized bank. Okay, so for them, how clearing will happen? They don't have relationship. So when I say relationship, they don't have international bank account, BIC, bank identification code, BIC. Okay, they don't have business identification code. So how that will happen? So they will take help of somebody in India, right? Other nationalized bank. So such a bank open account in the nationalized bank, it is called lower account. Their account with them. Their account with them means it is not account maintaining relationship. For example, if I say there is a cooperative bank in India, they want to send payment to Lloyds Bank in UK. So they don't have relationship with each other. They don't share the BICs or relationship. So what they will do? They will share the payment via HDFC Bank. So the cooperative bank open an account in HDFC Bank. It is called Loro account, and from Loro account it can send by a Nostro account. So this is the concept of Nostro, Vostro account, and Loro account. There are some more concept which is called um, clearing account, mirroring open clearing account, suspense account, suspense mirroring clearing account. So those things we are seeing coming session as soon as they are on the slides. But now for the beginning, I just want to force many things on today. That's why I'm focusing on very small thing. What is Nostro account, Vostro account, and Loro account? Okay. Now, next concept is that whenever we are sharing a payment, when you are transferring the payment, lots of things are coming into the picture. Now, guys, I am talking from the international payment point of view. Always when I am discussing with you, because our main agenda of this all these sessions is, as you see my note as well, we are mainly focusing on learning of the messaging systems of foreign countries. Okay, whenever we are sending payment to the foreign countries, so when we are discussing this thing, we are sending payment from cross border whenever the currency conversion is there and whenever we are leaving the border of the country. So that time, so that's why we can see the different terminology here instead of mentioning the simple terminology here. So whenever we are sending a payment, okay, at that time, okay, there are the channels, there are the front end channels on the right hand side is mentioned who can generate the payment. Okay, so these are, you can see left hand side, these are the channels, whether POS machine, RTGS, automatic clearing houses, mobile banking, checks, online payment. Okay, these are the channels. This is, for example, me Prashant here, who is a payer, who is initiating a payment by these channels. Now, I want this session interactive with you guys. So, can anyone tell me what is the channel missing here? What is the channel missing here? By that also can be payment sent, but I forgot to mention that channel here. It may be one or two. Internet banking is here. Here. Second one. What is the channel which I missed? POS machine is also there. Real time gross settlement is bank doing for us. Automatic clearing house is here. Your mobile banking is here. Even checks are here. Still something is missing because that not got much famous. Still we have used that 10 years before or 8 years before. Everybody has used it. But it is not got famous because there is no lots of option to do that by this. Did anyone tried IVR banking, phone banking? Yeah, correct. Phone banking. Phone banking is missing here. Okay, apart from this, there is one more banking is missing here, if anyone can tell me. But that is not digital, but still it is digital, but it will start digital only when you approach to the bank, right? There is missing is when you are directly to go to the bank and do the processing that time by filling some form, right? So at that time, you act as a ultimate debtor. So now ultimate debtor and ultimate creditor are the two new elements are introducing in ISO 222 messaging system. So we are going to see these two elements in a detailed manner for 2 hour session in our session number 21. Okay, because this is a new concept has introduced in ISO 222. We haven't started discussing on this, but time to time I just want to recollect you that what we are going to see as well. Okay, so this is called ultimate debtor and ultimate creditor, the person. Now looking into this diagram, it's very simple diagram. One payer is here, he's initiating a payment. His payer's bank, that is called financial institution. Okay, so who is payer? Then some intermediaries are there. Intermediaries means if they don't, okay, why yeah, why Nostro and Vostro is very important, right? Nostro and Vostro create a relationship between each other. That's why Nostro and Vostro very important. If we are unable to create a relationship with each other, we have to find third party who can do maintain relationship with each other. Like for example, nowadays, I will take one example. um, don't get other way, but yeah, nowadays in India there is famous website going on, shadi.com, marriage.com, and then many dating website also. What they do is, because we don't know each other, people don't know each other, what they does, they try to connect with each other, okay, by them. So that's what they are doing. They are acting as a correspondence. They are acting as a third person corresponding banking to meet you and them to each other by their web portal. Okay, and what is direct relationship? What is direct? Nostro and Vostro, that you love someone, you saw a girl which is nearby to you, or is somebody in a relationship. So that is a direct one. Okay, but do you have knowledge to each other? But if you don't know each other, then this corresponding. That's okay. That example is not ideal to this case, but just to make humor here in the class. I'm talking since long time, so I just make this humor. So this is the relationship maintaining here by Nostro and Vostro here. So those are these intermediaries. So those dating apps or marriage websites are the intermediaries here, which can maintain relationship with your boy also here, or girl also, or boy girl anyone. So who can maintain the relationship? These are called the intermediaries, or they call as a correspondence. Okay, these are the new words we are going to learn: corresponding banking and intermediaries banking. Okay, now we have learned Pays Bank. We have learned what is intermediaries. Now next part is what is that? Everything is fine, but how do we have to connect each other? So the connection with each other, it is form of a messages. Those messages are there since long time here. Each country is having their fixed format earlier. Now we are changing. Like Swift has accepted by many countries. It is in the form of ISO 15022, or call message text message or empty message. All the example which you saw in your banking sector, if you are already aware of this, like MT 103 T029 series, those are called messaging text. Those are called ISO 15022 messages. Okay, on the other hand, Bank of England has introduced messages at that time. It is called chaps, clearing houses, or BACS, banks automated clearing houses. Those also very famous, but those messages are in a mainframe system coding language. Okay, on other hand, Fedwire also using their own language. Fedwire means US government. Okay, so they are using AD. I don't know what is the banking system messages used in Barclays, not earlier, not now. Now it is ISO, but in Kenya, what are the messages used earlier? Passage format. I'm to say in Kenya, AD is here or not? Or he left? Same. Empty only, right? Empty only. Okay, great. So there is nothing new. Fine. Thanks. Okay. So those are the Swift messages. So this why I given. I have written a famous example which is Swift message. then message has been transferred bidirectional and your funds has been transferred. One thing you have to very carefully understand here, Swift neither do clearing, neither do settlement. This is the thumb rule. Swift neither do clearing, neither do settlement. Swift only send messaging system. Swift only send payment from one bank to another bank in the form of messages. Then the clearing systems of every country has to pay their role to do clearing and settlement. That is the one thing. Okay, that is the role of Swift here only. Only they send messages, millions of messages in a 1 hour throughout the country. That is the role of Swift. So why this shift is so important? Because the 90% of the message, more than 90%, I guess 95% of the universal messages are sent by Swift only. And Swift is a unanimous body in the location they are in the Brussels. Okay. And you can imagine the importance of Swift messaging system between the war of Russia and Ukraine war. US has banned Russia from using the Swift messaging system. So such a critical it is part of it. Their financial totally stop because Russia is selling their crude oil and they are getting payments in the by using Swift messaging only. Okay, from the other countries. So this is such a critical part is Swift messaging system. That's why Russia, US has taken ban on Russia in some time before 2 years when the Russian war, Ukraine war was on the peak time. Okay, that was just another information for you. So I'm coming back to the topic again. So actually we are sending a transferring the fund using only sending a message and actual fund will transfer to the clearing and settlement agencies which is in between intermediary as well. And it is received to your payee's financial bank, any bank in the world, and it is notified to payee by SMS, text or something. Okay, so this is a very plain and vanilla example. We started beginning of this that how payments work in a normal nut and shell language. Very simple one, right? Anyone has any clarification or I missed something or you want to add something? I'm most welcome here. I want to see the bad direction, not a single direction message is the discussion point here. If everyone is good, we can move ahead. We have 10 minutes left for meeting to end. This is session is planned for 10 to 11 today. Let's see, we can connect tomorrow as well then for this session for next of the part. Okay, based on that, now there are different payment methods are there. Based on that, there are different payment methods and they are how they are bifurcated throughout the banking system. The first one is that paper based system we discussed sometime before. We used to get cash, check, demand draft and payment orders. These are the systems we use in earlier days. Now also only check is famous, check and cash is famous, but other things are almost vanished. So typically it's used only for domestic payment. This is not used for international payments. Okay. So this is paper based system. I think there is no explanation required for paper based. It's history now. But the good part is that real time settlement and real time net settlement and automatic batch system. So real time gross settlement and automatic batch systems are going to be famous nowadays. Card based systems and electronic payment system. So when I say automated batch systems, they are famous in that real-time net settlements and real-time gross settlement. In that there is payment systems called direct debit. Okay. Um, can anyone give me a famous example of direct debit in your day-to-day life? How direct debit is? Yeah, EMI loans is a famous example. Can you explain me how this direct debit is functioning? How what is the initial happen and yes, right. So this is a mandate signed between payer's bank and payee's bank on a particular date. Your account is going debited and is credited to payer bank and particular time. So this is a kind of a mandate signed between two bank, and this mandate is being signed in a paper way now, and in a Swift messaging system it is sign in the form of PAX 010 messages. ISO 222 we are using PAX 10 messages are the messages which is used for signing your direct debit messages. Okay, so that's what is a direct debit. And there is message in empty as well, but when we are coming to that part we'll see that message as well. Then next one is bill desk and razor pay. So where this you saw this bill desk and razor pay by any chance while paying? Yeah, these are the third party payment gateways which is used for clearing your payment. Okay, like for example, if you're doing internet banking and you no, not internet banking, you're if you're purchasing something from a debit card, so this will go to payment gateway for verifying the payment. So that payment is nowadays BillDex, Razorpay or CC Avenue. There are so many gateways, and now there is one more introduced. There is also one famous gateway. I forgot the name, WorldPay or something like that. Worldline. This is also very famous. So those are the payment batch systems. Okay. Then next one is your NEFT. NEFT is the famous now. All the banking systems of India, maximum people are doing NEFT banking only. Then automatic clearing houses means you're automatically batch deducting payment in your this happening in only bank to bank system. Okay, so this is typically used in RTNS automatic batch system. Then next one is your typically used only for domestic payments these things, and Voldo and batches and process as well. Then next one is your credit card. Depending on the card by payments, it's divided into credit card, debit card, prepaid card, store card, and Amazon card. Sometime before we discuss about charge card as well, right? So this is also an example of debit card, credit card, prepaid cards, and charge card. So what is the prepaid card now here? Can I explain? Yeah, we have discussed about credit card, debit card, and prepaid card. Anyone? What is prepaid card? Yes. Yeah, and that money is stored in that card. For example, if you load 1000 rupees in that and you can use that money like it's wallet only. Okay, this is not famous nowadays, but normally this prepaid card in famous in which type? Nobody use in India specifically, but where it is famous? Prepaid cards. By any chance, anyone? Wallet is no, wallet is not famous. Typically, this is famous. Yeah, this is famous in tourism industry. Correct. Tourism industry, or yes, or if you are going to on-site, right? Your company will give you preloaded cards in then that currency only, and they also ask you that don't bring the card back, remove everything from that money in that country only, don't bring it back here. If you remember that word also, if anybody has done this, because if you bring back here, you're not able to deduct, you are not able to withdraw the money here. Okay, that's also one concept here. So those are called the prepaid cards, and this is more famous in the travel tourism industry. You cannot carry the cash so much, right? So you can carry the cash cards, prepaid cards. Okay, it is used for domestic and international as well. Typically not real time since the settlement process take 1 or 2 days. Okay, so normally this settlement happen in credit card. Normally there is a T+2 cycle in India, not for debit card, for credit cards settlement. But yeah, nowadays it's RBI and the SEBI has introduced that they can do in T+1 as well. It is not finalized yet, but that can happen in coming days. So this is your card based system. In card based system, we are using the messages. The name of the messages are anyone? If anybody has work on messaging system of card, how card and debit card, credit card messages. Yeah, 8583 is the correct answer. ISO 8583. 85853 is the messaging system. It is used popularly for credit card, debit card system. Like in payments, we are using ISO 15022, ISO 222. So those are also famous 8553 messages for card based system for this one. By the way, those also getting replaced by ISO 222, and this deadline is I think November 25 only, if I am not wrong about this also. Okay, so the, yeah, 25, this November 25, this should have converted. Now, guys, this meeting is going to be end in 2 minutes. Okay, if it is end, you have to join back again the same meeting. Then we can continue for at least 10 minutes. Then we can finish. Okay. Fine. Then next one is electronic payment system. In electronic payment systems, we are having internet banking, mobile banking, real-time gross settlement, fund transfer, UPI wallets. These are the concepts. Then IMPS, RTGS, NEFT. Those are the things are very famous now. So I don't want to explain on this part now. Used in domestic and international banking payment system. Okay, this is the most popular diagram in the universe that how payment has processed. Okay, there's somebody has initiating the payment, somebody's authorization is doing, somebody is doing the clearing, somebody is doing the settlement, and somebody is the reporting. Only whenever we are changing the medium, you have to change the people in the this area. For example, in empty world, I'm now talking more technical language. Now try to understand. I'm not talking that you come and you swipe the card, you go to internet banking, you are in the internet banking and you're opening the account. No, no, no. I'm not talking now that language. I'm talking now very professional language of ISO and Swift languages. For example, whenever is somebody initiate a payment from his internet banking, what he initiate? He initiate MT101, MT101 or PAN001. So where this message is come? They are here. They are empty one. Okay, guys, we are going to study this message in detailed manner, not now, in coming sessions, but I'm just giving you a flavor of what exactly how our sessions is going on. So initiation is always MT101, PAN001, PAN002. These are the messages from your front end channel you are initiating, and those messages are CGI MP compliance, close group MP compliance, because those are the messages are converted from CGMP, CGMP, CGI to your, it is converted to your CBPR guideline. Okay, so those are the message. I just want to show you that flow. Okay, this is, so this is a CGI MP messages. Then it is converted to cross-border payment. So when I say cross-border payment messages are MT103, MT202, then MT, then PAX, PAX 8, 9, 29, 56, 52, 53, 54. Okay, and in similar manner they have, we have HUPS payment as well, but HUPS settle between marketplaces, not on the CBPR. So those are the messages. This is the messages start from here, pay. Those messages are converted into MT103 or packset messages here, where this do authorization and validation. Your bank will do this role. Bank. So we are not calling any more bank. We are calling now agents. All the banks in the universe are replaced by the word they call agent now. No more bank. The processing of the transaction of the various level by involved financial institutions, central regulation networks. So banks. So banks, what they do, they will check the account, currency, balance amount, financial, then your anti-money laundering, fraud, compliance, hit, no hit, everything will check. Balance also, it will be checked by your bank by the Swift network, and it converted to your messages of PAX messages. Okay, so this is the process called payment initiation, authorization and validation is the next process here, and the next one is clearing, like RBI, like Fedwire, that will do because many banks come together, right, and lots of transaction is going on here. So there should be an ideal process of clearing, means in how, in which bank how much amount of money should be deducted, how much money should be credited. Now you have to think globally, not only you and me are sending payment, millions of people are sending payment. So for them a check is required at central body, that central body will do the clearing, and then after actual also payment we have to send. So who will do actual payment send? So that settlement to do work by do the call settlement